for approximately a continuous 3 minutes, and then the explosions were back, and then we saw black smoke, we saw the army positioning themselves, we saw security positioning themselves. As I'm speaking to you now, once again we are being told to ensure that we take the secure position of lying down. This is always the first step in such a situation. Lie down. You never know if anything is going to fly from the impact of these explosions. The public, we are happy and confident that now they have been removed from this area, and so the people that are just here, members of the Fourth Estate, who once again we salute. If you could see the APC right there that is trying to just make its way there through the West Gate front side or the entrance. Critical stage right now in the security operation. What we cannot confirm for you, Janet, is whether or not this means that oh, I apologize. We have just been cleared from the way so that an army truck could move, and it's moving at quite a high speed. Once again, we are being asked to give way.
Okay.
For our army trucks to be able to pass. But as I said, we cannot confirm if this means that this has come to an end or not. You can see where our cameras are trying to move to one position, even as everyone tries to get that all-important picture.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Jackie.
The
so
APC truck there coming out.
All right. Well, Jackie, obviously the first most important thing is for your safety. So thank you for clarifying that you've all been told just to lie down on the ground. I know you've given us a picture really regarding the ongoing situation right now. Could you confirm to us right now that all the people who are milling around have been cleared, and that this is really a time when police are trying to tell everyone steer clear? Are they saying anything? Are they talking? Are they mentioning anything? Are they shouting any words indicating exactly what is going on in there, or has that not come out at all?
Janet, the only sounds that we can hear are coming from the explosions and the exchange of gunfire. Those are the only sounds. When the public was campering for safety, there were no screams. There was no, it wasn't really a time to panic. It's just a time to take to your feet and run. But from where I am, I can see people still at the Sarit trying to get a glimpse of it. But even the police officers themselves are not too sure. Those who are not quite close to Westgate, they're not too sure of what exactly is happening just after that very turn where the APC is going in. But I can confirm to you, Janet, that the public or members of the public that were milling around here have been cleared. In fact, on one side, the police had to disperse them by use of tear gas, because now this clearly has gone to a different level. And even as we see the black smoke that is coming out, we keep seeing this air support that is flying around Westgate, and then we hear the explosions once again. But remember, we cannot authoritatively confirm for you whether or not Westgate has finally been taken over. Has it been leveled down? These are the questions we are asking ourselves. These are the questions that, of course, the public is also wondering about. Once we get such information, we will be able to give you as much. But for now, as you can see on your screens from the pictures that we are sending you right now, Janet, it has gotten to another level.
And Jackie, just to confirm again, you had mentioned earlier on, and just clarify this, you don't know whether or not This, obviously, it's billowing, the smoke billowing from the West Gate. You don't know whether this is a grenade and whether or not it was set off from inside or outside the mall, Jackie.
It could not have been just a grenade because there were a number of explosions,
Mm.
and they were in rapid succession, so it could not just have gone off from one. We're not too sure whether it is just a grenade. We're not too sure whether it's other means that are being used maybe to handle the situation, so to speak. Of course, remember, we are trying to be very careful with this kind of situation, with the kind of information that we give. But what we can confirm from the huge smoke that we are seeing coming out is that Westgate Mall, there has someone has blown up. We don't know whether it's from our side or it has also come from inside or from the assailants. That one we do not know at this moment in time. So we don't actually know the situation as it is. We don't know whether the smoke is just from part of the building or the entire building. We can just see by the amount of smoke that is billowing from the mall. So, of course, many answers, I mean, will come after, even as questions continue to abound, Janet.
Okay, Jackie, thank you so much for that update. We'll continue to just put up those live pictures of exactly what is happening at the Westgate Mall. Jackie will be able to jump in and interrupt us whenever she has a new development. But just to recap a little bit of what she says, from their position, media, of course, and who have also been told to just lie on the ground for their own safety. She's saying this is certainly not a grenade. This could be multiple, just based on the amount of smoke that is billowing from the mall. Again, unclear whether or not this is coming, where exactly it's coming from with regards to how far inside the mall it is coming from. We can see those dramatic pictures, of course, of the police forces and the authorities, just really forces from different agencies taking their position, running in and out. We're seeing them just from that position up and down. There is no clarity with regards to exactly what is happening at this stage of this operation. Jackie's words were, this looks like it's at a critical stage, just based on the amount of activity, based on how the authorities are regrouping, running in and out. We're seeing ambulances making their way there as well. We're seeing a lot of the media houses far off for their own safety as well. Police personnel making sure that the public are far away from everything that's happening. Members of the public, we understand, have been cleared from that vicinity. At this stage, it's safe to say no one could be safe. One doesn't know exactly what is happening. And so really, the best way we can inform people is to just stay as far away from Westgate as possible. No one knows the level of this operation and what it entails. Very worrying pictures, one might add, of course, of that black smoke, a thick cloud of black smoke billowing from the building, unknown exactly what is happening. Loud explosions and gunshots heard from the mall. Jackie said they're extremely loud. When I asked her whether or not they were shouting anything or saying anything to each other, this, of course, I'm talking about the security agents, whether or not they were shouting anything. She said the explosions were too loud and would obviously have muffled anything that they were trying to say. They are trying to keep the members of the public as far away from the scene as possible. This is obviously for their own good as they continue to carry out this operation, which, as we have said, appears to have reached a very critical stage. It is unknown how far they've gone. It is unknown how much longer this is going to last. And I think we can see that again, those pictures of the security agents running in armed, unknown exactly how many of them right now have gone in and are prepared to really fight it out until, you know, the hostages are able to be freed, until the siege is over. We can see there police force saying clear the area, talking perhaps to the media and the public to clear the area so that the security agents are able to do their job. They will be running up and down, they're armed, and this is obviously not safe for anyone at all in and around the vicinity of Westgate Mall. So those are live pictures coming to you with regards to the ongoing operation that has entered its third day. It's a really harrowing time, I would say, for Kenya, to see this unfolding and to know that there are still people holed up in there who've been there since Saturday. There is no knowing how many there are. There is no knowing, like I said, when this is going to come to an end. In the meantime, Kenyans are being urged to stay calm, to pray very hard for all of the security agents that are involved in this operation, for the Red Cross and all the volunteers, and of course for the victims and their families, and for those who are still inside the mall. It is really a time to stay calm, keep them in prayer, and embrace a spirit of solidarity that we have truly seen emerge over the last few days, because this is truly frightening for every one of us to see. It is unlike anything that has been seen before since the 1998 bomb blast. The very nature of it as well, how premeditated it has been and how heinous the crimes were carried out, is something that people are still reeling from. I do want to also tell our viewers that a little later on in this newscast, we're going to be able to speak to a counselor who had actually mentioned to me that she herself, someone close to her went through something very similar. So how exactly do we come out of this? We're going to be able to speak to her and find out. In the meantime, we are trying to get a hold of Jackie Maribe right now. And just to reiterate that Jackie says she too is unsure of exactly what is happening at the Westgate Mall. The best that Jackie can do, because she's on the ground, is give us a clear picture of what she's seeing in and around her. She'll be able to narrate that. Jackie, if you can hear me, I know that you've mentioned to us that there is a lack of clarity with regards to exactly what is going on. But it's important, Jackie, if you can continue to narrate to us what it is that you're seeing from your angle, Jackie. Jackie, if you can hear me. We are speaking to Jackie Maribe. She's alive on location. We had her earlier on. We're still trying to get a hold of her. And like I said, just a quick recap before we can get her on the line. She says there's a lot, obviously we can see there's so much military activity that's ongoing. People are seeking a place of safety. What has been now described as a critical stage of this operation that is into its third day. Black smoke, thick black smoke billowing from the building there. Not sure where it's coming from. And also, Jackie had mentioned that currently they were focused on showing the smoke, but what we couldn't see was how everyone was lying down on the ground as all of this is happening for their own safety. So we're seeing massive military activity there. The security agents, a lot of them now, we're seeing throngs, I can say, a huge crowd of them gathering, being briefed and trying to really find out exactly what is going on. It's also important to note that there are elements, there's information right now that is not able to be revealed. Perhaps we will hear that from the Inspector General of Police, David Kimario. It's important that we get clear information from the authorities so that we do not speculate, whether it's on air, whether it's on social media. We cannot speculate. So right now we're going to talk about what each of us is able to see on the screens and on the ground without trying to speculate on exactly what it is that is happening. It is clearly a critical stage. And Jackie, we have you now, and I was saying you have talked about the fact that you're unclear about what exactly is happening with regards to the operation. But for the sake of the viewers, because you are on the ground, continue to tell us what it is that you're seeing.
Janet, I believe you can be able to see right behind me the black smoke that is billowing from the Westgate Mall continues to increase. And so this could actually be a pointer to the level of the smoke that is there. Every time we keep hearing on and off, clear the way, because the ambulances need to come out, more security vehicles are going in, ambulances coming out. So that is the general movement that we are seeing. We just keep hearing clear the way all the time, which of course we must do. And in as much as we are careful about our security, remember the duty to inform Kenyans is of course also very important to us. And in as much as a number of journalists like myself have been told to lie down on the ground, people are back up. People want to catch the action. And as I was telling you a while ago, the interesting thing about Kenyans is also wanting to see. Now, the public had just been dispersed, but from where I'm standing, I can actually see people coming back. People are seeing the black smoke that is billowing from the mall, and they're trying to come back, you know, to get a glimpse of the situation. The police are trying as much as possible to be able to remove them from the scene as this continues to happen. Since we last talked, Janet, there has not been any more explosions that we have heard, but we are just seeing the intensity of the black smoke. Look at that. Look at that black smoke intensifying from Westgate Mall. As we said, we cannot confirm what exactly is happening because we are still quite a distance from it, and understandably so because of security purposes. But the more this black smoke continues to intensify from the building is an indication of what is going on. We can continue to hear, like right above me, I'm seeing air support currently circling this area, circling the Westgate Mall, and this will continue clearing the way also for these ambulances and these security vehicles to make their way in and out of the scene. Now the movement is so fast, you would not believe it, Janet. Again, like I said earlier, pointing to a critical stage in the security operation.
Okay. Now, of course, Jackie, we are still expecting the Inspector General, I believe, to make his way there. And that's obviously to ascertain exactly what is going on without leading to any speculation. Any word yet on how far he is and how soon we can hear from him? Because he, I think, would be best suited to tell us exactly what is happening.
When we had spoken earlier, he was just 5 minutes from here at the Oshul Center, where, like I said, my colleague Esther Kahumbi is. There was a scuffle there. There were some shots heard, and so he went there to assess the situation. We were informed that after that, he would be able to make his way here to this particular side of the Westgate entrance, but he is still yet to come. In between the time that I was able to tell you of his presence around the area, and this happened. So before he could make his way here, we started hearing the explosions coming just behind us from the Westgate Mall. We started hearing gunfire, continuous gunfire. We had more explosions. We saw the black smoke coming out and people scampering for safety. So if at all he's still making his way here, I think from the other entrance of Westgate Mall, he must be somewhere around that side, but we will also be in touch with Esther Kahumbi from that end to find out more on where the IG is.
Okay, Jackie, thank you so much for continuing to update us on the situation there at Westgate. We want you to stand by so that you can continue to bring us any new developments. It's no doubt a situation that is going to, you know, one might be able to say is going to continue to change. So please stand by, Jackie. Stay safe. I'm glad that you now have some armor on. It's important that you too stay safe. Thank you for bringing us that information. Stand by. We'll be able to come back to you to continue to get more of that information. Jackie Maribe is standing by live at the Westgate Mall, where she's been able to describe a scene of what she says is intensified black smoke billowing from the building, billowing from the mall. Of course, the military obviously saying, clear the way, clear the way. That's what she's saying. They were telling people to move away and allow them to carry out this very delicate operation. Sad to hear that members of the public who had earlier on been dispersed have again gathered around the Westgate Mall to get a better glimpse or better picture of what is happening. It's a terrible decision to make, and we truly hope that people can adopt more wisdom, because they're also putting their own lives at risk. The police officers, the military, all the security agencies are trying their best to make sure that the area is as clear as possible, no doubt allowing the media to capture whatever they can from their various angles and their various positions, but without their own lives being in danger. So as we saw, a flurry of activity, heavy military presence, back and forth activity, a lot of them running. We can even see them right there just under the trees. We can see a crowd, we can see the media. We earlier on as well saw an ambulance make its way there. And we're seeing the military police as well. We can see that van approaching the National Youth Service van as well, and being able to try and get a better indication of what is going on. Like we said earlier, the Inspector General of Police, David Kimayo, expected at any moment to address the press. He would, of course, be best suited to outline whatever information they can reveal at the moment. This is the first, really, of such a situation that has happened in Kenya, and it's new for every one of us, whether it's the police force, whether it's the media, whether it's civilians, and everyday people. And so it's important that we take caution with regards to what pictures are shown, the narration that we give you, the reporting that comes out of it. There's been a lot of backlash regarding the speculation that has been so rife across social media, that, of course, the police and authorities say brings more harm than good, and may even put the hostages, compromise them as well. So we'll continue to show you these latest developments and pictures that we are still unable to clarify. Thick black smoke billowing from the mall, gunshots, explosions, firefighters we can see now as well, and other security agents running up and down. No clear indication of exactly what is happening inside the mall. Critical stage, that's what the words Jackie has described to say. As of now, it has reached another height altogether, this particular operation, as the police seek, the security agents seek to get out the last of the hostages. And so we will continue to wait to hear from them so that we can really get a better indication of what is going on. And that's, of course, if